Let's welcome to the table Declan Farmer. His story is absolutely incredible. My
It
man
is. Yeah.
is a Paralympic champion. He is a two-time gold
Two-timer.
medalist,
He's a twofer.
Sochi, Pyeongchang. And it's one thing to have some. Actually, it's really not. There actually is not casual whatsoever to be an Olympian whatsoever
Uh-huh.
and to take home gold. But it's not that he was there doing it. It was his level of contribution. He's kind of the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it's one of our better interviews and conversations. So it was truly an honor talking to a two-time Olympian. And maybe a third coming up here.
Yeah, it's cool to say honor because we kind of throw that word around, but there's a level of it that really does feel like you have your chin up in the air afterward.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
puffing
on,
out my chest.
that's on life.
All right, bro. Let's bring him on. Welcome to the table, Declan Farmer. Declan, I hate to do this to you, but how could I resist? Two-time Paralympian 2014, 2018, two-time gold medalist, Sochi 2014 gold. That's a throwback to me in the cafe at Berkeley watching you shred in Sochi. A little Pyeongchang 2018, the ESPY for 2014 best male athlete. International Paralympic Committee's best male athlete of the Sochi 2014 Games, best forward at the 2016 Pan-Pacific Championships. Tell me, am I forgetting any accolades other than the fact that you're just a great dude? Honestly, no cap, with a great, fantastic smile. Declan, so nice to see you, man. What is good? How we doing?
Great to be on. I got to bring you on as a hype man because that was a really well read intro there.
Just to give an audience a sense as to what's happened up until now, maybe just take us through a little bit of your journey. I know it's been chronicled in a million places, so feel free to keep it as brief as you'd like.
Yeah, so just kind of like a brief rundown, I guess. I was born without legs, so I've been used two prosthetics to walk ever since I was 1 years old. Grew up like always liking sports, like loved like recess and stuff, loved playing in the backyard. And then I finally found sled hockey when I was 8 years old. It's like the first adaptive sport I tried. Like I'd done like soccer and t-ball when I was like 5, 6 years old, but obviously it's kind of frustrating playing on two prosthetic legs, like against able-bodied kids. So I found sled hockey when I was 8. My parents took me to a clinic in Clearwater. Tampa Bay Lightning started sponsoring a sled hockey team shortly after that. So I kind of just, did that casually for a few years. Eventually, like, started going to some more club tournaments. Was invited to, like, USA Hockey does like these development camps over the summer for like young players or older adults who like just found the game kind of thing. So I did that for a few years. Eventually made the national team before freshman year of high school, and then I've been on the national team. Like still gets together like even in the non-Olympic years and stuff. So been to a few world championships and just been a part of the team for this my ninth year now.
Now, what's interesting is it's not like you're hopping on the PJ with fellow AAU basketball guys that are your age. You're associating yourself with grown-ass men. What was the experience like being the young blood, and maybe one of the lessons that you took away from somebody who kind of took you under their wing or at least has imparted some wisdom?
Yeah, so when I was the Sochi year, I was 16, and there was a 15-year-old on the team too, but everyone else was like in their 20s or 30s. So that was like kind of the biggest difference then. And like I said, a lot of those guys are ex-military. Like it's usually like around 7 of like the 17 guys on the team each year are ex-military. Um, Guys who have lost their legs in car accidents or cancer or other people from birth. So honestly, the biggest thing I learned was kind of like all these guys coming from different backgrounds and how the guys who had like lost their legs or become disabled like in their adult life kind of had like a harder time like coming to grips with it and kind of had a different perspective on their disability. Whereas like the guys who are born without legs, it was just kind of like no big deal. That's how things have always been. So it was always kind of interesting to like almost like grow up with those guys. They kind of miss that like camaraderie in the military, so they come in and play for Team USA, and they're representing their country in another way. So it was very like it felt very special to like play alongside those guys and share that moment with them.
So how often do you maybe have a bowl of cereal with your medal on?
It's been a while. I actually have the medals just kind of tucked away, like back in my parents' house somewhere. But we you kind of like wear them out. Like I know the Pyeongchang ones, like the ribbon wasn't as strong, and like it was almost like torn apart after like wearing it for a week, just like at different like events and stuff, and flying back in the airplane. Like everyone wore them on the flight. So we got to take care of those. They're not as durable as you would think.
Outside of everything that we already know, what makes your path unconventional? And what does that
Ooh,
mean to you? What
an
is
old favorite,
the,
Graham.
the
Ooh.
feeling of an unconventional spirit?
I think like first thing that's coming to mind is, at college, like an econ major, like almost everyone's like always talking about like internships and like banking and stuff like that. And there's just like it wasn't like pressure really, but there was always kind of like in my head, like, should I be doing this? Like, should I like, feel bad about like, just taking time to just do hockey and like pursue what I want to do. But yeah, I mean, it was really an easy choice. Like, I didn't want to go down that route really. Like, not that it's bad, just it just wasn't for me. I've always kind of like my own thing, and I've always like dreamed of just doing hockey full time, and that was just like what called to me, and I went with it. And I don't know what's down the road, but I'm open to all sorts of paths, and whatever creative ways I can think of to continue playing.
Declan, thanks, bro. Really appreciate you coming on. Dope chopping it.